Today is a good day, because if you live in one of these provinces, check your bank account. You just got the Canada Carbon Rebate. It looks like this, or like this. It's a payment from us that goes out 4 times a year. We put a price on pollution, and the revenue goes straight back into your pockets. So check your bank account or your mailbox in the coming days. Today is a good day.
Oh,
Nothing was in my mailbox today. Well, not my mailbox. I've got one of those community boxes. You know, I'm not worthy enough to have home delivery, but there was no check in that box, Sheila.
Wow. Again, this is just like Justin Trudeau's Ponzi scheme, right? He tells you he puts a price on pollution, which is just a price on you being alive. You're the pollution he's pricing. Takes a bunch of your money as a tax that is added on at every step in the supply chain. It's not just like at the register. It happens every step. The farmer, the transportation, the building that it's housed in, then the truck that it's on, and then the building that houses your grocery store, and then the refrigeration in the grocery store, and the electricity in the grocery store, everything. It's factored in all along the way. And then Justin Trudeau says, I've given you a pittance back, don't you see? And I've cycled it through the hands of 1,000 bureaucrats. And wouldn't you know, I'm giving you back more than I took from you. That doesn't happen. That's a Ponzi scheme. If you said that in the private sector, you would get arrested. At no point can you give the government $1 and they can just magically, through alchemy, turn it into 3. It just doesn't happen.
You're so right. And, you know, Sheila, going back a week Saturday at Rebel News Live, Calgary, I thought Chris Sims of the Taxpayer Federation did a fantastic analysis of the carbon tax and to how everyone can, you know, understand how it affects them. I believe she said the soccer mom filling up the Dodge minivan at $13 is just the carbon tax, not all the other gas tax. $13 is the carbon tax. For the big 18-wheeler in his gas tank to bring the goods to market, $200 in carbon tax. So you think the transportation company or the warehouser or the retailer, do you think they're going to absorb that kind of a hit? Of course not.
They can't.
And just look at the shelves right now. Like I say, Sheila, if I was recruited for The Price is Right, I'd be the biggest loser in game show history. Yeah, I have a basket of groceries. I go, $50, $128 later. You know, I'm smacked by the hard fist of reality. So it doesn't work out. Everyone's seeing through this, and thank goodness he isn't changing his tone on this for one reason. If this is going to be the so-called carbon tax election, he's going to get shellacked, Sheila.
Yeah, I see. Let's just go real quick to Scott Moe. And there's an announcement later on today from the Alberta government. It sounds like they're going to launch another legal challenge against the emissions cap. And we've been pretty winning lately out here against the Fed. So let's rumble. But we'll be covering that at rebelnews.com. Scott Moe, he's in the middle of a campaign. I think he's in a little bit of trouble in some ridings, fighting off the NDP. I
find that fascinating, by the way, Sheila, Saskatchewan being Saskatchewan, but continue.
Union cities, that's what happens. You have to remember that the NDP were in power in so long in Saskatchewan, the older iteration, that they're very entrenched in some places, regardless of their conservative values. I think as a province in general, like Regina is very analogous to Edmonton.
As you know, Sheila, I am contractually obliged not to speak about Regina on the live stream.
Ever again. Okay, so the Sask Party, that's Scott Moe's Conservative Coalition Party, will keep the Trudeau NDP carbon tax off home heating for another year. The carbon tax should be taken off of everything for everyone. So let's hear from Scott Moe. And I should tell you, he was basically threatened with jail himself for not collecting and then remitting the carbon tax on energy produced by a Saskatchewan government Crown Corporation.
Last fall, the Trudeau government announced a carbon tax exemption on home heating oil. This was primarily for people in Atlantic Canada. We asked them to extend that exemption to natural gas, which is what most people here in Saskatchewan use to heat our homes. They refused. In fact, one Trudeau minister said that if we wanted a carbon tax exemption, that we should have elected more Liberals. This is no way to run a country. The Saskatchewan Party took swift and immediate action to ensure that Saskatchewan people are treated fairly by removing the carbon tax on natural gas and electricity that we use to heat our homes. That exemption was just for the current year, 2024. So today I'm announcing that a re-elected Saskatchewan Party government will extend that exemption until the end of 2025. This exemption saved the average household about $400 in 2024, and it will save that same household $480 in the coming year. What we really need is a change of government in Ottawa, and a new government that axes the carbon tax completely. Let's not forget that the Trudeau carbon tax has the full support of the NDP, both in Ottawa as well as here in Saskatchewan, where many NDP MLAs and candidates have said that they support Trudeau and his carbon tax. Of course, the real solution is for the federal government to get rid of the carbon tax altogether. But that's not going to happen until voters get rid of the Trudeau NDP government. Until then, the Saskatchewan Party will continue to ensure tax fairness for Saskatchewan families by keeping the carbon tax off of your home heating bill.
He did a smart thing in there. Because he's up against the NDP in Saskatchewan, he linked that carbon tax back to the NDP, which is good because you want to tell your voter, look, I'm not just fighting with Justin Trudeau. I'm fighting with the NDP candidate in your riding that is running against my Saskatchewan party. I think that was a really clever move to do.
Well, and again, this adds to my astonishment, Sheila, if there's some ridings in play that the Saskatchewan NDP party is as much on side with carbon taxes as their federal counterparts and the Justin Trudeau Liberals in a province like Saskatchewan. Baffling.